Thanks, Taus. Thank you. Nice to hear you. Nice to see you. All looking 16 or 17. You're not getting older. Any even as years pass by.
Jiku,
Yeah.
as a fiddle, even though it's lockdown, coronavirus outside, I'm scared. I don't go out. So, Jiku, what were you doing yesterday, yaar? Since you were like close to धोनी, मतलब हम धोनी मतलब देखते थे काफी धोनी के साथ आपका कन्वर्सेशन प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंसेस प्रैक्टिस के टाइम बहुत रहता था बट व्हाट 7:29 7:29 को व्हाट वर यू डूइंग एंड क्या हुआ मतलब
I think I was just doing my own usual routine at home, and suddenly got a message on one of the WhatsApp groups that Dhoni has called it a day. So I was just then for following it up, and so went to his Instagram. Then he posted all that consider from 1929 consider me retired and all that kind of Instagram, and saw that 4 minute plus video. And yeah, it is like the legends of cricket have said it. It's an end of an era, and yeah. So I just looked at now the kind of contributions that he has given, he has made to the world cricket, not just the Indian cricket, and how he has risen from being a small town boy to being a superstar in world cricket. It's not easy to just go away from his birthplace and be so popular in another city. That too in a city where he doesn't speak Tamil, and he has made Chennai his home. How he has made Chennai his home, and how Chennai people have made him one among them. It's an amazing journey. Yeah.
अच्छा जीको first of all I would like to thank you for joining me the sports journalist मैं बहुत बहुत शुक्रगुजार हूँ आपका जीकू जी कृष्णन जो है इनको मैं प्यार से जीकू बुलाता हूँ मेरे कलीग थे डीएनए में स्पोर्ट्स डिपार्टमेंट में हम लोग ने बहुत मजे किए बहुत एंजॉय किए इवेंट्स देखे स्पोर्ट्स एक इवेंट्स होता है और हमने बहुत एंजॉय किया बहुत मजा आया डेस्क पे भी किए कवर भी किए मैचेस बहुत सारे साथ में और मैं बहुत रिस्पेक्ट करता था जैसे आप जानते हैं इनकी दाढ़ी सफेद हो गई और मैं यंगस्टर तो वैसे ही I mean he's one of the senior journalists you can say and one of the best writers and very knowledgeable as far as the game of cricket is concerned. He loves it to the core. तो जी को यार ये बताइए कि सरप्राइज तो नहीं होंगे ना मतलब हम लोग वही सरप्राइज आई वाज नॉट सरप्राइज दिस इज हाउ धोनी गोज आई मीन रिमेंबर ही हैड गिवन अप द कैप्टेंसी the way in Australia the way he gave up the captaincy so this was not surprising.
It was not at all surprising. In fact, I would have been surprised if he had not retired and he had continued, or if he was making himself available for the next international tournament whenever that was. And definitely, it doesn't seem like there would have been any limited overs cricket for Dhoni this year. But whenever it was, and if he was available for selection, I would have been very, very surprised. So it didn't come as a surprise. And what the immediate thought was, okay, so what he should have done. Personally, I thought he should have quit after the 2019 World Cup. That would have been an ideal platform where he had his teammates around who uh, he had mentored. Some of them he had he had played with and had so many partnerships, and he had groomed many of them. It would have been an ideal situation for him to say, okay, India lost in the semifinals of the World Cup. Dhoni couldn't finish off things that he has normally known to do in not just international cricket, but also in IPL, where he has even scored last ball sixes to win from disastrous situations. So it would have been an ideal thing where he had his friends, he has his teammates around to say, okay, enough guys, I have had my international career. I'm calling it quits, and I'm sorry, I'm not able to. I couldn't take the team into the final, and with this, I end my international career. That would have been an ideal situation. But then, one would never be sure what Dhoni could do or would do, and you can never guess right with Dhoni, whatever he does. So except that you can guess, he can win you matches. Yeah.
Like we used to debate in our office, like on each and every issue. And I used to come out with counter arguments unnecessarily, but He used to be really meaningful. So Jiku, I would say like he was waiting for this T20 World Cup, but Corona happened. Coronavirus happened
Yes,
and got delayed. Otherwise, he would have played this World Cup. I mean, he would have gone for it since IPL would have. If things were normal, he would have done something in IPL. Then he would have eyed that T20. He would not have retired. Ideally, he should have. That's what Dhoni is about, I guess. That's what Dhoni is about. He comes out with surprises. He doesn't go with the. He may say, "I go with the process, the formalities. You have to go through a process," but he doesn't like. He's completely out of the box guy. Comes out with anything. Like you cannot predict completely. So
that's
I
true.
believe
Even in nets,
coronavirus.
he does his own
I,
things.
I believe coronavirus forced him to. I mean, the whole scenario that the World Cup got delayed. He may not have got selected. He may knew like it. मैं select नहीं होगा. But the situation was ideal. Like he could have done some here and there. Rishabh Pant was there, but he was eyeing World T20. Right? Do you think
Probably,
like?
yeah, probably yes. You could blame it on coronavirus, but you can actually, yeah, probably he wanted to give himself one last chance, one last try, and see. Okay, let's see how it goes and how IPL goes. But then he knew that there was no international T20 cricket for him this year, with the cancellation of or with the cancellation this year of the World T20 World Cup, and probably having it next year. But he couldn't wait. He could not have waited that long to carry on.
So anyway, that was like technical part. We know surprises that Dhoni throws, and it was an emotional moment. I mean, even though he may not be in that form that he used to be in, he's only getting older. He will play IPL for another few years, 2 3 years maybe. But yeah, it was an emotional moment. I mean, how did you react? Like, were you emotional? I was like, there was something like, ठीक है, मतलब जाना तो जाना है सबको यार. Every good thing comes to an end, but it was emotional. I mean, and it was typical of Dhoni to come out with that small. He comes out with a small Instagram chat. Were you surprised with that or no?
See, with Dhoni, he does things in his own style, like how he announced his retirement from Test cricket, where he was supposed to have played, or of course, he didn't play the first Test of the 2014-15 series in Australia because of some injury, but he led in the second and third. He easily could have led in the Sydney Test match, and then later on, or kept people guessing or waiting about his Test future. But Dhoni being Dhoni, he just made a call to the board, like we all know how it went, and then went to the dressing room and told everybody that he was not playing Test cricket anymore, and that of course Kohli was coming up, and Kohli was the man who was probably ready to take charge of the Test reins, and we all know how Dhoni stepped down from that limited overs captaincy in early 2017. I think it was when he called or when he announced a sudden, or when he announced a press conference in Pune before the series against England, to say he was stepping down from uh, limited overs captaincy. So these are things that Dhoni does things in his own style. But to say in a 4-minute Instagram with his favorite song of Mukesh from one of the all-time great movies, it's another way of say how Dhoni does things in his own
What
style,
was
which
the
nobody
song?
could even have guessed it.
Shire. What is the song? Can you?
पल दो पल का
Kapal ka
शायर
Shire.
हूँ, पल
What
दो
a
पल
beautiful
मेरी जवानी है,
song.
पल दो पल मेरी हस्ती है, पल दो पल मेरी कहानी है. Taos, you being close to Bollywood stars, and you're asking us the Tamilian about
I,
Bollywood
I,
songs. Come on,
was
Taos. You should have done better.
I was humming that. I was humming that song in the morning as I was reading the tweets. Since I mean the tributes that we have been following the announcement of retirement. I've been following all the tweets, and some great personalities have tweeted about him. Okay, that was about Dhoni. Like, we know the unpredictability. What about you, yaar? I mean, I've seen a lot of instances where you have personally known. I mean, Dhoni knows you personally. He calls you, and you call him MS. And I remember I was talking to one of our colleagues, Mr. Guru Prasad, he was saying ki during Sachin Tendulkar's retirement, everybody was calling him, but the only voice that he could hear, MS Dhoni could hear during that West Indies Test match, MS. What was that?
Yeah, that's why now I consider myself fortunate to have interacted with Dhoni on more than one occasion, and there have been memorable ones. Right from the first interaction where he was just coming up in the Bihar Ranji Trophy team before Bihar split into Jharkhand, and Jharkhand got the status. So there was this match. I think it was in the mid 2000s when they had this. It was the first year of the Ranji Trophy Super League and played groups. And Karnataka was playing Bihar in Mekon Stadium in Ranchi. So that was my first of 2 visits to Ranchi. So there he became out cheaply in the first innings, but he played a blinder of an innings, a typical Dhoni knock that we have come to see him later when he made his international debut. So that is what, no, this was not in the mid 2000s, but this was in the early 2000s. So this was before he made his international debut that I'm talking about. So Dhoni played a blinder. He almost won the match single-handedly for Bihar. Unfortunately, the team, the Karnataka won the match with Venkatesh Prasad, Dodda Ganesh being among the bowlers taking wickets. So end of the day, we all, like journalists, we go talk to the day's star performer, and I would have also got chatting with Dhoni that day. Then after that, it was an India A camp. The India A team was going to England, and Dhoni was part of it. So the teams would come and assemble at the National Cricket Academy in Bangalore. I was based in Bangalore those days, working for Deccan Herald. So Dhoni came to that NCA, and there was this team assembly session or something. So I was just hanging around outside NCA or just inside the premises, which we are not allowed these days. Those days we were allowed to go in and talk to the NCA manager and could see what the teams were practicing, see them do nets and all that. So there, this person Dhoni came, and there were other few players like Dheeraj Jadhav, who came from Maharashtra. Sridharan Sriram was there. I think it was the team that was coached by Sandeep Patil, who later on went on to become India's chief selector and all. So yeah, so Dhoni, the moment I saw Dhoni there in the National Cricket Academy, that was the second time I was seeing him after the Ranchi game. And so now I was wondering, this face looks very familiar, and I've seen him somewhere. I was trying to recollect the name. And I was wondering if this was Dheeraj Jadhav, because they were also new to the setup of the thing, and I was just trying to become familiar with the faces and the names. And suddenly he comes to me and said, "I'm MS Dhoni." That was a real. I didn't even expect somebody to come and say, "Okay, I'm MS Dhoni." Then I recalled, okay, so yeah, I was there covering the match where he scored almost a match-winning knock for Bihar, and that was then there was another instance in 2006 before India was going to Sri Lanka for a tri-series, which I was also going to go from Bangalore to cover. And my office, I was then out of Deccan Herald newspaper, and I was working for Hindustan Times, where they asked me if I could do an interview with MS Dhoni. So I asked him, and there was this team liaison officer whom I knew well from Karnataka days. So I asked him, go tell MS Dhoni at the team hotel in Bangalore that tell him I'm here, I want to interview him. That my liaison officer said he may not know you, he may not know who this is. Just tell him, take him to me and show him my face. Then he will recognize me. So that was then. So then this happened. He took me to Dhoni, and Dhoni immediately saw me and said, I told him this is what my office wanted. I wanted to interview him. He without hesitating, without a second thought, he said, "Chal, let's go to my room and do it." So I was having a dictaphone. He held the dictaphone in his hand like he was holding a mic. And so we had and that interview came out really well. And I thought that was one of the better interviews I have done in my career. So that's MS Dhoni. And then so wherever we met, wherever we came face to face, he may not remember me by name, but of course the face he has not forgotten, even in the last interaction that we had, which was quite a long while back. But which I think you were there, where he came for a press conference in Mumbai for some launch of some fitness related thing.
I know,
And
I
where
know.
he looking at the group and saw my face, he said, smiled and said, "Hi, how are you?" And then I gave him a copy of his biography and asked him to sign in 2 places, which he signed. So that is, yeah. So it's just that you have to catch his attention. Even the story goes like Dhoni's
In
biographer,
fact,
Bharat Sundaresan. I'll just finish where Dhoni's biographer, Bharat Sundaresan, who we all know very well and have played cricket also with, is part of our cricket team. He himself has to stand among the crowd and catch Dhoni's attention to speak a couple of words. So that is MS Dhoni for you. So that is
I
how
want
it is. So these are some
to,
I carry of MS Dhoni.
I want to congratulate you for that interview, because not Dhoni has not given many interviews, right? Dhoni hasn't
That's right.
given interviews. I mean, he may have spoken. He may have spoken a lot before playing for India, but it's very rare that you hear that Dhoni has given an interview to anybody. He hardly speaks.
Yeah.
Even he may have, like, before he became a star, he hardly spoke. Yeah. I mean, he was never known to
No,
be
it's
a guy who spoke a lot and, a good conversationalist. He came up with entertaining press conferences. People enjoyed their press conferences. I have done a lot of press conferences. I've enjoyed his press conferences, but he used to, beat around the bush. A lot of times, it would be difficult for journalists to come out with, some great quotes. But yeah, those quotes were definitely entertaining. But yeah, that meat we would like. But Jiku, tell me one thing. He once asked you, I guess, that Jiku, you've lost weight. How? I mean, he asked for some tips also.
no. This was yeah. This he didn't ask for tips. In fact, why would Dhoni ask me for tips for getting fitter or leaner? He is at a different level. Like you might have seen the cartoon in today's paper or in the social media that Dhoni calls for a single, and Suresh Raina, who also retired or announced his retirement yesterday, within minutes of Dhoni announcing his retirement on the same Instagram platform, he calls him for let's do 2. So it's that kind of a thing that he was so fit. Even we have seen him run between the wickets with Virat Kohli, where there were normally players would run for 1, he would ask for 2, or where players would settle for 2, he would go for 3. That was Dhoni's fitness. So this particular thing that you were asking or you mentioned about was I remember it was in January 2016. It was the pre-departure press conference. The team was going to Australia for limited overs before the ICC World T20. So yeah, I was under a diet program where I had to where I had to lose weight, so as to get my cholesterol and BP levels under control. So Dhoni had not seen me, or I mean, I had not seen Dhoni for quite some time. And suddenly, when he saw me that press conference, this was before the start of the press conference where he was entering the hall. So he suddenly saw me and said, "No, are you all right? Is anything wrong with you? What has happened to you?" I said, "What? I'm fine, thank you. What is the issue?" "No, you have lost a lot of weight." And he recalled one instance where because of some illness, he suddenly lost a lot of weight, and he was worried if I had that illness and that I lost. No. Then I said it was a conscious effort to lose weight, and I had to because of health reasons and all that. So then we got talking, and this is what this 2-3 minute conversation we had was Dhoni. So that showed, okay, so he has not forgotten me, even though I have not been on a lot of tours or following the Indian cricket team like the other journalists did. But yeah, so that showed that he still had not forgotten this face, which has been following him from say early 2000s.
So this shows that he was quite humble in nature and loved. I mean, he was not like arrogant, guy. He's reached to a certain level that he can be arrogant. He can afford to be arrogant. He can afford
Definitely
to
not.
throw tantrums and all. But he never chose
Definitely
to.
not. Hmm. No, definitely not. And he's see, that's what people usually coming from humble backgrounds and from say small cities. That shows their character. That shows how humble. How he also knows his background. He also knows how one has to be. He can't just be throwing tantrums because he was MS Dhoni or because he was the superstar of Indian cricket. Or no, that shows how he remembered even the small things, which makes people stand apart from other players or other human beings.
Jiku, your son, like
The
we should.
person, Dhoni the person I always admire. Dhoni the person and Dhoni the cricketer, I have no complaints about, and I have always been. And like you said at the start that no, I'm a fan of MS Dhoni or I'm a fan of CSK. More than that, I don't like to call myself a fan of anybody, especially when I'm in this field. But I can admire somebody. I can admire. No, I don't know if admiration is also the same as being a fan. But no, I used to be a fan of Kapil Dev before I got into journalism. But then after the journalism, it has to be, the thing, that fanhood, if I can say so, has I try to remove that from my system and just try to admire and follow somebody without any bias.
Okay, yeah. So let's quickly wrap up. A couple of questions. I really had fun talking to you, but this was a formal chat. People should look at our informal chats. They are more fun. So a lot
Okay,
of
Thomas, tell
arguments.
me what has been your Dhoni moment?
Dhoni, I don't have much Dhoni stories, although I have a lot of I have stories about other cricketers, but Dhoni not much. Like I've been to his press conferences. I like the way he conducts himself, but I never had any personal kind of experience with him. I admired him. Like I also like you, I admired that character. Very humble. Apart from that, the way he played his cricket was so very different from others. I keep watching, to inspire myself. I keep watching MS Dhoni: The Untold Story. Such a beautiful movie, although it may have a lot of fiction in it. But if one wants to seek inspiration, I mean, unless you either you read a book or on MS Dhoni, a beautiful book by Bharat. Also, I mean, we should also credit him for writing a beautiful book. Like that book is very different from the usual
Definitely.
cricket books. But so I mean to inspire myself. Sometime I watch MS Dhoni Untold Story and look at his, you know, the way he came out from Kharagpur, the situations he handled. The only memory I remember MS Dhoni had come for to play that Ranji Trophy game at Wankhede. I think you were there, where he hit that six. He scored some half century, and that was a quick fire half century where Dhoni hit the ball out of the stadium. And I was like, I mean, he was, remember, outside, it went on the rooftop of Wankhede, and I've hardly seen people hitting outside that stadium. And Dhoni was like, he was not a big star at that time. Okay, people were talking about Dhoni, and as journalists, like very few journalists were there for Ranji Trophy. He had the opportunity, but I have a bad memory, so I don't really recall. But then another close moment was like during the Irani Trophy in Nagpur. This guy was sitting, chilling with Yuvraj Singh, and there was no airs and all. People were not. He was not a big star then. That was before 2007 World Cup, Irani Trophy. So we were in the same hotel.
Can add
I was
one more.
great.
If you can add one more interaction that I've had with MS Dhoni, this was at the start of his international career. The team they were playing in Zimbabwe for a limited overs game, and he had just returned from Zimbabwe, and he landed in Mumbai and came direct to Cricket Club of India. There was this function by the ICC to launch the Champions Trophy World Cup, Champions Trophy, the ICC Champions Trophy. So if you remember, there was this ICC Champions Trophy in October 2006 in India. So Ahmedabad, Mumbai, and a host of other cities were host. So he had come, I think this was into September 2006, where he had just landed from Zimbabwe, arrived at the airport, and came straight to Brabourne Stadium for this event. This was in the afternoon. So he was there. The formal part was over, and I approached him for I just want to talk to him. He said, "Not now. I just came directly here. He come to my room, and he had just got a room at the CCI uh, uh, Cricket Club of India. So he went there. I told him, okay, you go settle down, and I'll come after 10 minutes. And he had kept the door open. I went there, and that's when he had ordered for a club chicken sandwich, or you say chicken club sandwich. Chicken club sandwich, yes, chicken club sandwich, and a glass of milkshake. I think it was strawberry milkshake. So I thought, no, strawberry milkshake, and cricketers, they are very, very, they look after their health, and it is considered to be very sweet and fatty. So I asked, no, is it not unhealthy for you? I asked him about that milkshake. He said, I love milk, and one milkshake a day is not going to make me fat or something. So it was something like that, he said. Then I just had a few conversations, and then left him there. So that is another memorable interaction I have had with MS. Him calling me to his CCI room, and then having a few moments.
Another thing, remember, I mean, you have already spoken in this video about that Taj Lands and press conference. What exactly conversation you had? Can you recall? I had taken some photograph of yours with.
No, it was. See, there was so much crowd, so much wanting a piece of MS Dhoni. He's such this thing that even if somebody can touch his or any part of his body, touch his hand, leg, or no, that is what people want from MS Dhoni. So I was just trying to catch his attention. Of course, Bharat was also there, his biographer, and he had come for some work relating to his book. So I was having this book, and especially I wanted this book to be signed by MS Dhoni, because my mother is a big fan of MS Dhoni.
Oh.
Yeah. So she is a big, and any match that MS Dhoni plays, be it an international, be it a T20, if MS Dhoni is there, she will watch, not moving away from her place. So I just wanted to make it very special for my mother, and the least I could do was to get MS Dhoni sign for my mother. So I told him, can you sign this for, first it was of course for my son. So he said, no, can you sign this for my son? He said, yes, love to Aman, and he signed it. And I asked him, I told him my mother is a very big fan of you, and can you just sign it for her? So he himself turned the page, and he placed or positioned himself, kept the so that he could sign and write nicely on the book. So he wrote best wishes for auntie, and so signed it. So this is what we had. Otherwise, we wouldn't have had any chance to talk anything other than this. So this is what one could at least know.
So crowded, yeah. The only person that he spoke to in that press conference, apart from you and Bharat, was you. I mean, that moment was like, wow.
No, this is again catching his attention to you. How do you do that? I don't know. I may say I was just being lucky there.
I mean, people should notice that you have a personality, you have that voice. One Awaz ke MS, and then everybody will look at G. Krishnan. So Jiku,
as always, Taos, you're pulling my leg, and you have done it so many times in
I'm speaking honestly. So anyway, Jiku, it was nice talking to you. But one last question, which is a favorite knock, yaar? एक छोटा सा जल्दी बोलो. MS Dhoni knock.
It was a match against I think Kings 11 in IPL 2016. The team was in no way of winning. Dhoni came, and it was like the typical Dhoni that he does, calculating how many runs to win, how many balls remaining, and from nowhere he finished out with the last ball 6. So that is one thing that among many knocks, of course, I always remember that second innings knock in Ranchi against Karnataka in the first season of Super League played Ranji Trophy knock. But if you ask me to name without thinking, this comes first. Of course, there have been many international knocks, but this also stands out. This was in Visakhapatnam, and and the team was anyway. He was then, I think, for rising or RPS, Rising Pune Supergiant, and both the teams were at the bottom of the table. But the win ensured that RPS didn't finish last. So that is one thing that comes out.
My favorite knock is the 2011 World Cup because I have a bad memory. I don't remember knocks innings. But the moment that I remember was, like I told you earlier, the Wankhede knock where he played for Jharkhand, where he hit that 6 out of the stadium. I still remember that. It's still in my head. Went out of the stadium and to the, I mean, that was, do you remember that?
I don't think I was covering that match. So, yeah.
I've been to cover before Dhoni became. So it was nice talking to you, G. Krishnan. And guys, subscribe to his channel, Guru Krishnan. And because he's coming out with a lot of stuffs and original stuff. Like in Jiku, what are you coming out with? Just tell quickly, like on YouTube. What do you do?
Nothing. I have to look at my old videos and see, maybe connect it with the upcoming IPL and put some old videos, say of. I have to go look back at my collections and see what suits.
But you have some unconventional archives here. Some practice, some awesome photos, some unconventional archival videos and photos. So I think you should put them on YouTube as well as your social media accounts because digital is the way forward. And yeah, all the best to you. And we'll catch up a lot on different issues as well.
Let's do it. Yeah, it was nice chatting to you and pleasure.
And we'll fight a lot in the future on camera. Okay. So it was nice talking to you. And guys, subscribe to his channel as well as my channel, The Sports Journalist. His channel, Guru Krishnan.
Guru Vairappan Krishnan.
Guru Vairappan Krishnan